Good morning, everybody. What's up, Shia? Okay, Jesse. Bill, good to see ya. Hey, Ed. Nice, Jesse. Glad to hear you let the trades go to your stop. Followed the plan. Solid. And yeah, it does look like it's starting to get rangy out there a bit. Morning, Daryl. Today, Tuesday, April 16th. Yeah, we did already get through the news. We do have another slight bit of news coming out right now, industrial production, so give it a sec. I don't expect it to be market moving, but you don't want to get wicked out of trade or anything. We do have some Fed speak today, so that is something to keep in mind. Powell is going to be speaking at 1:15. Also have Bailey, Great Britain speaking 1, Barkin as well. So yeah, there's a bit of Fed speak. I'd watch out for that. Not until later. Okay, here's that news item. Again, I don't think this is going to be crazy or anything, but I want to give it a sec just in case. I love it, Jesse. Yeah, that Great Beaver of Alberto really get things. You gotta watch for that. That's just standard. Hey, UK trader. Thank you, thank you. You as well. Best of luck today. Buenos dias, Senor Archer. How are you, my friend? Good, Jesse. Good idea. Any feelings of antsiness, especially here, especially when there is nothing going on the chart at all. Good time to take a walk. All right, well, let's mark out our levels from yesterday. Here's just about yesterday's closing price. Looks like we're gonna open really close to that. Yesterday's low, we got below it during the overnight session. Then the high, of course, is way the heck up here before yesterday's drop off. Yesterday's high. Also throw in the low from Friday. Okay. So there we go. We got a good amount of levels that we want to watch. Most recent news did not do much. Code, I can't remember if I said good morning or not, so hey, what's up? Switch over to the NAS and get those same levels going. Again, looks like we were going to likely open up right around yesterday's closing price. So we will not have a gap to be filled. Yesterday's low as well. High. Throw on Friday's low. That should be good. See if any of those come into play. Archer saying potential 2-tier range. I really hope not. But yeah, certainly could be. Something like this. The midline is fitting. Red in the middle, so a little range below, range above. Everyone's favorite. Got 8 minutes to the open, and likely range bound here. Say we probably have more room to the upside than anything. I hope everyone is good this morning. Always keep in mind, guys, if you were around yesterday, you know that yesterday was quite a significant drop. Market went down. There was some amazing trading opportunities. Got a good one here on the live stream yesterday. Got another great one in the Discord yesterday afternoon. But yeah, you get these big moves, and the next day it's really easy to want that to happen again and to try to trade as if it is going to happen again. Keep in mind that that's usually not the case. After a big market move like that, typically the market needs to accept price, and usually you'll have like an inside day or more choppy behavior. So yeah, I would watch for that. Don't be aggressive on your trading. Wait till it's confirmed. Yeah, Archer, the Discord's been live for several weeks now. There is a link down in the description. Three minutes to open, guys. Morning, Cricket. Yeah, for sure, Archer. So you can read up on it. There's all the info's below. Starting at the basic tier, yeah, you have access to the live trading rooms. There's folks posting market analysis and trades all day. You can even go other tiers, see a live feed of my trading screen, or there's even mentorship opportunities. So yeah, feel free to check it out. Two minutes to the open, ladies and gentlemen. I am favoring the possibility of a range here. That would be my initial bias, is that we probably come test yesterday's low, come test this area in here. I hope that's not the case. I hope we just get a massive move in one way or the other. But it doesn't seem likely. This would be cool. Or even this. I don't mind some more downside action. Any sort of movement would be awesome. Okay, there is the opening bell. There is the opening bell. Yeah, Archer, there in order to join the live chat, you would have to join the standard tier membership. Starts at just $35 a month for access to the community. I would watch, guys. I would watch this downtrend here. Looks like it is developing. Watching the Nasdaq here too. So far it's moving in lockstep with the ES, which is awesome. That's always a good sign for the day. Looks like we have a little break of that downtrend, possibly coming down to a new relative low. Pretty big bearish bar there. I'm gonna eliminate yesterday's closing price because that's right where we opened up. So no gap on the chart. Just a big potential range. Nasdaq 2 right at yesterday's closing price. So gonna take that off the chart and almost tested yesterday's low. I would imagine we at least go and touch that before rallying if we're going to rally. All right, S&P getting that new relative low. It would be a new low of the day too. past the midline of that range. Again, looks like we need to likely go test out yesterday's low. Nasdaq just a few points away from it too. Sage, no, not really. We got through the main pieces of news this morning. We do have some Fed speak around 1 this afternoon. Okay, so Nasdaq tested yesterday's low. ES touched it as well, and we might bounce right off of that level. That'd be surprising. Oops, I guess I'm muted. Johnny's asking about the higher low pre-market leading to the double top. Let's see here. So we had this move up, pull back to the EMA. We had our first entry long here, second entry long here, and then here's that higher low. I think it's pretty decent. I'd be a little bit cautious of this pullback. That's pretty strong. You could get a second leg on that. And we are in a ranging structure, so looks really good in hindsight. In real time, I don't know that I would personally take that, but it's not a bad trade really. Yeah, still hanging out around yesterday's low. consolidating at yesterday's low. The Nasdaq looks more bullish. ES is like down in here, Nasdaq up in here. Like it might want to push up, we'll see. Not necessarily the bottom of the range, Johnny. I just need to see us get out of this consolidation before I'm willing to take anything. And the other piece too is that I don't want to take any trades right around yesterday's low. That's a really contentious level. So I want to see us either bounce above and really confirm above it for some longs, or vice versa for some shorts. I'd be more interested in longs, to be honest, because right below yesterday's low, if we come down in here, we have this swing low and the overnight low as well. So there's a lot of potential areas to bounce in here. I'd prefer if we find some support at this level and get a channel working up. That would get me interested in a long. Wider downtrend. Gotcha. If we can get below yesterday's low, I'd definitely consider that as well. See what that wider downtrend looks like. Yeah, it looks pretty good so far, but again, it all depends on yesterday's low right now. If we hold below yesterday's low, if we get some follow through, get below the overnight low, we have a solid chance having another day like yesterday. It's free fall. This trend down looks pretty convincing on the ES, but on the Nasdaq, really still just looks like we're chopping around. The downtrend looks a little bit too wide for this range-like structure. So still holding that smaller trend on the Nas. and possibility of an overshoot on the S&P right down there. Okay, so we're getting a pullback here. See how the EMA does. Let's see how yesterday's low does. Let's see how the trend line does. Nasdaq looks like it just straight up wants to bounce. So that's what I am mostly expecting to happen, but we'll find out here. Nice strong rejection there. In order to go short here, I really will need to see push below the EMA and a lower high. This is a really strong move up. I would need to see something along this line, but already it looks like it's going to shoot up. Looks like this move up is looking to gain steam. Could also be a trap. Greed triad. On the Nasdaq, it is right around those swing highs. It would have to get above whatever that is, 17,882 to look really convincing. This is exactly why you kind of want to hold off on trades right around yesterday's high or low. There can be a lot of back and forth, very contentious areas, because if you think about it, this is really the point at which either we're going to be bearish or bullish, right? We break below and hold below yesterday's low, that's going to be bearish. So there's a lot of contention around this level, and the same goes for like yesterday's high, if of course we ever get up there. It's all the way, what are we at, 100 points away from yesterday's high. Craziness. So anyway, you got to be patient around those levels and really see what the market's going to do. There can be a lot of fake outs too. The Russell 2000 steadily moving down. It's a decent look. Other than that, not seeing much to trade. There we go, pushing up. Nasdaq doesn't quite look as strong. Didn't have the same velocity on that move up there on ES. A possibility of a wider channel there. Looking like a pretty nice little move up here, guys. And the Nasdaq is above that resistance, so we're pretty much in the clear as long as we're not going right into the overnight highs. But if we can get a pullback right in here on the Nasdaq, I'd like that for a long. I would like the ES to not overshoot this channel right away. Jeez Louise. But otherwise looks pretty good for a pullback in here. Jeff saying days like this always get me antsy. I hear ya. Hear ya. They're hard on the patience, that's for sure, because stuff looks really good and then all of a sudden it reverses. Like, oh yeah, trend setting up. Oh, nope. We're going the other way. I would expect the market to probably come test down here at least one more time. Sellers are going to want to make sure. Well, sellers are going to make another attempt, is what I should say, at yesterday's low. And at this point, I'm kind of expecting us to form support right in here somewhere and have buyers step up. We'll see. I mean, this could get smacked down and we could begin the selling pretty heavy here, but I would for sure expect sellers to at least make one more attempt at that at yesterday's low. Overshoot of this channel, so I'm not too super excited about a long here. Looks better on the Nasdaq. We'll see how this pullback reacts, how the EMA reacts. Don't want these stacked red bars, not great for a pullback. Slicing through the EMA on the S&P. And yeah, Toad, totally right. If we draw the channel narrower, we already have a breaking new high here on the Nas. 2 legs up, but I'm just eyeing this wider channel. Might turn out to be legit, so we'll see how the EMA reacts here. Nasdaq's still looking pretty decent. And yeah, Tom, like you said, it got much closer to the top of the range. Yes, not looking very good. Not a strong looking move with that correction. Expect us to get a new low of that short-term downtrend. The better play is on the Nasdaq as long as it cooperates. All right, that's a pretty big red candle there. would be the second entry long on the Nasdaq. I just don't like that the ES is pushing down below the EMA, but it might work out. Might work out. Wouldn't blame me for taking it. Alright, and there is the push down, both the S&P and the Nasdaq, so exactly why I was waiting there, and why you should always be watching both indices. If you're looking at one chart, you can get a little bit of tunnel vision. Remember that they interact quite a bit. Just need to see the market get out of this area, guys. Not looking great. Getting a bit of a higher low here on the S&P. Kind of interested in the Nasdaq if it can make a higher low here. We're testing the EMA yet again. Looking pretty good. This bar was pretty tempting. First entry long, second entry long, everyone got stopped out, and then mad reversal, really strong bar. But that's a lot of risk on the trade. If we can come in here and get a higher low, kind of like that. I'm watching that on the Nasdaq. I'm more interested in that than the S&P. And Toad, yeah, there is potential second entry long on ES. And it's happened a couple times, right? There's right here. And then we have like a little mini second entry long, if you will, right here. Another pullback, maybe right there. Could look good. Like I said, though, I'm a little bit more interested in the Nasdaq. It looks stronger overall. But yeah, that on the S&P is not a bad trade. Not a bad trade. That ES bar is moving up quite a bit, pretty big. Probably will work, but a little bit high for me. I never got that higher low on the Nasdaq. Never came down and wicked out of those. Perfect except for the big bar, exactly. Yep, if that would have formed like this with the body of the candle like here and the tail right here, I would have really liked that. But would have had to go long right into all that. Now we got a new high of that uptrend there. The Nasdaq is now above its overnight high as well. So if we can stay up here, we have a lot of room to run. We are right at all of this resistance, so watch out for that. We need to get up into here really to look super free and clear. Now that we have a break and a new high of this channel, let's see how strong this bearish correction. So far, looking pretty strong. Monitoring this move down and of course watching yesterday's low. This is the chance for the market to make an even higher low here. From here, low, higher low, maybe one more higher low, or for us to break the structure, get below this low, and then start working our way downwards. So again, contentious area here, guys. Judging by the Nasdaq, it looks like we're going to keep going up. Nasdaq chart looks pretty strong. We shall see. Good time to let the market come to us. Don't chase anything. So far, the 1OP indicator not giving us a whole ton of info. Here's it on the Nasdaq, looking pretty flat. In order for this to really be helpful, you want to see some big movement like this. That's when the indicator's really rocking. Right now, it's pretty flat, so indicate some chop. We see all of this, all of a sudden, this spike down, right? These two lines open up and spike down. That's when we would be ready for the downside. Actually looks better for that on the S&P. Had a nice bullish cycle and perhaps starting to cross here. So we'll see in like 5 minutes if this crosses and heads back down. We might get some downside. Also preparing for a wider downtrend here. Also spying the larger channel in the Nasdaq. Hey, thanks, Arthur. I just realized, guys, I have not been hitting the water this morning. Gotta take care of that. Whew, there we go. Water and vitamins. Archer says water. Yes, Russian water. No, this is just ultra decaf coffee. Chug jug. Okay, S&P is getting close to that yesterday's low, and here we have the bearish cross. So be on the lookout. This is possibility of some downward movement. 1OP indicator is crossed over. This is the start of the bearish cycle. See what it produces. The Mountains of Madness chart pattern, yep. Indeed, have several peaks. Like some snow on them. Sun setting behind it. It's beautiful, really. Also drives you insane. Bouncing off yesterday's low yet again. I do expect us to get below that level now. With the bear cycle starting, this nice downtrend working. Only thing is the Nasdaq is quite a bit stronger, but once that starts to drop, it's gonna be adios. All right, we're below yesterday's low. So far, the 1OP is signaling this really well. Okay, continued movement downward. Below yesterday's low, now headed to the overnight low. And once the Nasdaq gets below that level 2, we can really trust this downtrend. So hopefully the Nasdaq can get down in here. Okay, waiting to see what happens on this pullback here. Maybe not even get there. Guys, almost 50 people watching and only 18 likes. That is heartbreaking. Later, Archer. Welcome, those of you just popping in. We're letting this downtrend develop on the S&P and looking for a short. Sounds good, Gabe. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that feedback. Getting close to that pullback, or rather to the EMA. Stock in this one, guys. Can't even see the thumbs up on the new YouTube layout. Shh. YouTube's fault we're not getting the likes then, huh? We do have a new low. This larger downtrend from earlier. Break. Now we have a new low. We'll have to watch the EMA to see how it reacts. Still have this overnight level that we could come to. Okay, we have the first entry already, coming back to the EMA. Come on, baby, a little farther back. All right, well now we're at the overnight low. The 1 OP has been on it today. Had that bearish cross from all the way up in here, and we've moved, what, like 16 points since then? Pretty sweet. Awesome to see that work in real time. I'm gonna take a look at that measured move you're calling out there, Tom. Maybe from the top, I'm guessing. Yeah. We'll see if we get down to that. Right at that overnight low. And I am not really interested in taking a short now that we're bouncing off of the overnight low. Plus we have a little break in a new low. This was our chance, man. This would have been perfect. Move down, just needed that pullback right in here, and that would have been a great short to the overnight low. But market did not do what we wanted it to do, and that is life. That is life. Unprofitable traders try to force their will on the market, and profitable ones let the market show its hand and trade accordingly. Bouncing off that overnight low. With this range structure, we are likely to continue higher. Bit of a rejection off the EMA right off the bat. Diag buying, all right, all right. Not a bad buy. And the Nasdaq never actually got to the overnight low. Just hit the previous day's low again. Another bounce off that. Don't like an ES short just yet, just because we're bouncing right off of that overnight low. I would want to see this uptrend play out first. Nasdaq rejected off that EMA, looking to go down to the previous day's low yet again. See if we can make one more attempt higher here on ES and get rejected. That's why we wait. Pretty big push up here. Short is still not out of the question here. We can get a bearish bar and a move below the EMA. Same on the Nasdaq, not out of the question, but we do have to be cautious with it bouncing right off of yesterday's low on the Nas and right off the overnight low on ES. Yeah, never mind. Big green bar. That is why you mark out those levels, guys. Super important. Otherwise, everything's lined up for a short, right? I mean, you have a nice looking channel downwards. Hey, sweet, pull back to the EMA. And then why the heck is it bouncing up here? Well, you just came off the overnight low. Look to the left. Look to the left. It'll help you. Still watching the Nasdaq pretty closely. Still could turn bearish here. Okay, thanks, Thomas. So you have to close the chat to get the thumbs up button to show up. That's... Come on, YouTube. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. So I'll have to make the call. Alright, everyone, close the chat. Hit the thumbs up and then come back really quick. I mean, it's already enough work for people to press the like button. That's adding that extra step. Forget about it. Alright, Nasdaq continuing up. Not looking great for a short anymore. And the range day is starting to win out, guys. Always zooming out. I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on, right? So no matter, at least it's a really wide range, so that should give some solid opportunities on both sides of the action as we move up and move down. Nasdaq is right at the VWAP. Yeah, still has some room to go to get there. Code asking, what percentage would you give this to bounce off the EMA or break through for a new low? I would favor breaking through to a new low for sure. I'd say it's probably 60-40 right now. Especially with that last bearish candle, that one looks pretty dang good. Nasdaq shooting above the EMA. Yeah, indeed, Johnny. There's definitely, pardon me, a bearish bias for sure. See if the Nas can make a higher high here. If we don't make a higher high, I'm going to start to be interested in a short. Does look like we might do it. Yet again, the Nasdaq trying to make that new swing high. Would be above the VWAP. Yes, trying to get over that little swing high as well. Push up towards VWAP. If that's the case, this is like a larger, higher low off the overnight low. Maybe we can start making some progress towards the top of the range. Watching the EMA battle on the Nasdaq. Close below. Start to push up.
Complete. Are headed back to the lab. Testing 1, 2. Diane, it is 4:28 a.m. We should have something for us by noon.
Seeing if the ES can get one little lower high here. This ticks above and then turns down bearish. It's going to be hard to deny. Starting to look like that lower high on the ES might form. Getting a little bit congested on the S&P. And not quite seeing the setup I want there. I kind of got a feeling it's going to push lower. The Nasdaq's now going down, but just a little bit congested. I don't think it is A+. A little bit more of a coin flip. So I'm gonna hold off on that, and I think that's gonna do it, guys. Again, zooming out, for sure favor the range today. So when you see us getting to these big levels like the overnight low, if we get back up to here, really don't necessarily look for it to continue. The most likely pattern here, especially with the day we had yesterday, is to just oscillate between these two highs, and there'll be some good short-term trends in there that we can take advantage of, but I would not be looking for a runaway trend day. So that's my bias for the rest of the day. Of course, watch those short-term channels. I'm gonna hop over on the Discord and trade with the crew over there for the rest of the day. So would love to see more of you guys join that group, and we can really trade together and watch each other's back and master these markets. Either way, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep in mind, Apex still going on, and I know it's kind of flown under the radar since they've had it for so long, but there's still half a month where you can pass in one day, 80% off. Still a rockin' sale for those who are interested. So anyway, take care everybody. I'll catch you next time. Later.